95% of infertility is because of infections, typically the chlamydia and the gonorrhea.
Your time is up. Thank you so much.
Since I've been mentioned, I can react to what comment in the chat.
Yes, I haven't finished my point.
Remember,
let me finish my point so that my brother can continue.
Does the Patriotic Front know the kind of damage they have done to our economy and
A lovely good evening to you and welcome to Ubuntu channel. We are live again on a Friday, the 10th of November. We are counting down to the end of the year. But before that, we are live as Ubuntu channel, giving to you a program we give you every Friday called Ubuntu Sports. And on the program tonight, we'll be discussing everything to do with Zambian football and the latest in terms of the Zambian Super League, of what the derby that will be coming up this weekend, being played for the first time in Lusaka, Nkana hosting Power Dynamo. So relax, I've got the Ubuntu analysts joining me already in the studio so that they can help you understand exactly what's going on. Abia is in, Lawrence is in. Let me start with you, Lawrence. Good evening. Welcome to Ubuntu Sports.
Good evening, Reuben, and thank you so much for this beautiful Friday that we have, and thank you so much for having me on today's program.
Great. Good evening, Mr. Abia. Welcome to Ubuntu Sports.
Good evening, Mr. Abia. Welcome to Ubuntu Sports.
Thank you so much, Reuben.
Thank you so much,
Reuben,
Reuben,
and good evening, Lawrence, and the viewers. It's a lovely Friday. I want to sports once more.
We're getting feedback from your end.
Feedback. Oh, okay. What about now?
Abia, you're okay. The feedback was coming from Lawrence. We've got a long list of things that we need to discuss, ladies and gentlemen. But let's start with the big one. MUZA losing, being beaten by Nkwazi, a controversial winning goal by Nkwazi. But it is what it is. Football is played to the whistle. The referee has got the final say in the match. What happened? Let me bring to the viewers to speed. What happened was the game was 1-1 going into extra time. Nkwazi won a corner, played a corner, and Nkwazi player had to score from that corner. But before the goal, before the player scored, the referee blew for a foul on a MUZA player. And MUZA started with a quick start, but there was a complaint outside from the Nkwazi technical bench. And over a sudden, the referee changed his decision and gave Nkwazi a goal. It is what it is. But first lose or unbeaten run for MUZA has come to an end. Abia, how do you make of that? You saw the game coming on Wednesday, midweek games, and MUZA was beaten by Nkwazi. Hey, Abia, are you still there?
All right. Thank you so much. Am I clear?
Yes, you are audible.
All right. As I mentioned last week, Reuben, that this game will be a tough game, and we are only hoping for a good game for Nkwazi and FC MUZA. But as you know that Nkwazi has been, FC MUZA have been playing a good football. They can only give you a surprise, but today it was vice versa, where Nkwazi was a surprising team to win against MUZA. And Reuben, I must mention here that in football.
Right, Lawrence, we seem to have lost Abia there, but I want you to pick it up from there. Nkwazi beating MUZA.
Reuben, first and foremost, I think it was quite a good game. We saw quite a lot of emotions brought into this particular game, and so much was expected from MUZA. I should make mention. I, for one, was very disappointed to see that MUZA were beaten to that effect. But it is what it is. Anyway, we have to agree on that. I think when I look at that game, there is a lot that that was brought to the fore. First and foremost, let's acknowledge the fact that MUZA conceded quite an early goal. Reuben, that was too early to concede. I think it was in the 4th minute or something like that. Joseph Banda giving Nkwazi the lead. And at that point, I started asking myself, what is wrong with MUZA today? Then just a few minutes before halftime, MUZA managed to equalize. And I think that is where now we saw the game starting to take shape. Well, there was an issue of the extra time, Reuben. How many minutes was it extra time?
The minutes were extended because of the controversial. The minutes were extended because of the controversial goal.
Exactly. Exactly. We are looking at about 20 minutes of extra time that was played. That was after the goal and all that. And everybody was now wondering. For me, I was not watching the game first and foremost. I was prompted to go and watch the game when I saw the amount of extra time that was added to the game. I wanted to find out exactly why is the game extended this much. And I came to watch the game, I think a repeat later on. And it was very interesting to see the circumstances that led to the goal, Reuben. MUZA would feel they were outdone by the referee because the referee had blown the whistle at some point. And Nkwazi fans should take it like it's a Merry Christmas to them. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, Reuben. Unfortunately, the standards of refereeing, I think we are not up to scratch. We should agree, and we should play with that.
All right, but Lawrence, MUZA wasn't the only team that was beaten. Another surprise loss came from Tanzania Dynamo beating Cabo Warriors, not good by then.
Yeah, and to beat them by 2-0, Reuben, I think very interesting things there. Big ups to Kasashi Dynamos, who also opened fire quite early. I think in the 6th minute, in the 8th minute, we saw Jimmy Mukea giving Kansanshi the lead before Justin Kangombe rounded up the scoring and secured the 3 points for Kansashi Dynamos in the 94th minute. I think Cabo Warriors here have got some explanations to give some of us as to what happened in that game. If there are teams that have been so beatable in this particular league, Kansashi Dynamos is one of them. But it looks like the teams that are at the bottom of the log this time around, we are trying to switch on the gears. It also comes to Nkana picking up their second win of the season. Quite a lot was happening in midweek, Reuben.
Quite a lot, Lawrence. And I saw the latest game was played
Lawrence. And I saw the latest game was played yesterday.
Lawrence, I'm getting feedback from your end.
Lawrence, I'm getting feedback from your end.
Yeah, so the latest game that was played for week 11, that was played in Choma. It was Green Eagles hosting Awena Milambo, Mufulira Wanderers, and another controversial goal there, Lawrence. I don't know if you've seen the what Green Eagles posted on their Facebook page, complaining of, again, a poor officiating from the referee. Straight good goal, but I don't know where the offside came from. Right, Mr. Abia, are you back then? You were giving a submission concerning the loss for MUZA.
Yeah. Yes, I was saying that what happens to FC MUZA, it is not new for us as soccer analysts because, you know, a lot has happened in football, especially in the dining minutes. This game was 1-1 going into the 90 minutes and into the additional time or injury time, to so to say. We have seen some changes the referees made sometimes. Sometimes it can shock you, sometimes it can also gives you a morale if the decision goes to your side. But if the decision go against your side, you always complain. But the thing is, you have to understand why the referee has overturned his decision from a foul to a goal. Because Reuben, for what I have seen in the past, is that referee tends to change their decision after consulting to their fourth match official or from other officials that were assigned to officiate on that game, meaning the linesman. So FC MUZA were supposed to consult. Why have you changed your decision from a foul to a goal? Then take that note, take that into a note, and then lodge a complaint to FAS if you are not satisfied with that decision. But sometimes it is good to fight in the pitch because fight with goals. But right now, on that moment, there was no coming back. It was late into the dynamicness.
Right. Let's move on. We've got a lot, like I've said. We're preparing for the qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers, and Avram Grant, as usual, has picked his 25 bullets for the World Cup qualifier, and we are happy that CAF also has given us a relief by saying you're allowed to play at or you're allowed to use Levi Manasseh Stadium for this qualifier, and it is what it is. 17th next week, Friday, we are set. Grant has picked up his 25-man squad and seems like a similar lineup or squad that he has been calling in the past, but with some new additions. For example, Brian Miller also featuring in the squad. Let me start with you, Abia. How do you make of this 25-man squad?
Yeah. As for Brian Miller, it has been long, my brother. I think it's good that we are going to see his services if Grant may permit him to be on the first lineup. But my word, Lawrence, Reuben,
yeah,
is goalkeepers. You know, last time we have seen that there was some changes where we opted for that goalkeeper. I forgot his name, but he's tall, playing in South Africa. Remind me that name of a goalkeeper, please.
Is
it Tosa Sabata?
Tosta, yes.
Yes, Tosa Sabata. But right now, he's missing out against. I don't know who is going to be the first goalkeeper. Whether it's Lawrence Mulenga. He has gained his momentum at the Power Dynamos. But so far, I haven't seen some improvement in terms of Lawrence Mulenga. Maybe for now, and for of you who have been close with him, but his performance to the club, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen some improvement against him. Maybe he's fit to play for national team. I don't know, but the coach for coach to pick him, maybe have seen something. So for Francis Mansa, I think he's trying his best to be the best goalkeeper so far. If he can continue on that pace, he may be a good goalkeeper going forward. For Charles Kalumba, is also upcoming goalkeeper. If he can also continue, yes, we can have a good goalkeeper and a good competition. But
when you talk about Charles Kalumba, he's doing well for Red Arrows so far.
yeah, no, Reuben. Is he not the one who had allowed the 3 goals in that game? Anyway, I can't go further for him because he's an upcoming goalkeeper. But I doubt for him to be first choice goalkeeper. Coming to the midfielders, I think I am glad that Emmanuel Banda is back. Lubambo Msonda, Edward Chirofia. Yeah, but I would like to see the services of Cletus Sotachama and Benson Sakala. These guys, it has been long. Maybe they can wait for the first game, but for the second game, these guys they have to be tested because the second game, the team we are playing with, we can try these guys to see their performance. Reuben, Benedict Tepeshi, defenders.
Yep.
Anyway, for Chepeshi is a good defender, Reuben. But anyway, I haven't seen him also.
It seems to have a problem with the Red Arrows players. Chepeshi,
these guys.
Red Arrows, and
that kind of why Reuben I find it difficult to these defenders. They let strikers run onto them and allow them to enter into the 18-yard box. Then you look at the distance where these defenders allow the striker just to come all the way into the 18-yard box. When a striker is in the 18-yard box, anything can happen. He can give a pass which can result into a goal, or dribble and result into a goal. So Benedict Tepeshi has been doing that, even at Red Arrows, letting in strikers to come into the 18-yard box. I don't know what his criteria he's using.
But when you're looking for a defender who does the best overlapping in Zambia, there's no way you can miss on Bendi Chapeshi. And if you saw the last game that we played, was it Comoros away? When we were down 1-0, Chapeshi had to do an overrun and made that pass to Patson Daka, who equalized 1-1, and that's Chapeshi for you. Anyway,
yes, he's a good defender. He's a good defender, but the only thing that I have been find it difficult for him is the same reason that I have given to say he always allows strikers to come in until in the 18-yard box. And sometimes we do panic, Reuben, when we come to the 18-yard box, because once you foul the player in the 18-yard box, you can result into a penalty or a yellow card. So I think if he can improve on that case, he can be a good defender, and he can be already is a good defender. But I want him to be a best ever defender, so that we can rely on them in each and every game. But he has a good competition to the likes of Stopira Sunzu, to the likes of Dominic Chanda. Yeah, I think they can give a good defensive job. They can do a good job according to the fixtures we have for the 2 games. But you need to up these games, Reuben. I don't want to go to the strikers so fast because I have my friend Lawrence there. I'll come to the strikers first.
Right, Lawrence, hope you're able to hear us. Over to you. This is a 25-man squad that Popo has picked.
Okay, I'm not sure if you can hear me, Reuben.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right. First and foremost, I'll start with the goalkeeping department. I think we can see Charles Kalumba, Lawrence Mlenga, and Francis Mwansa. I think the only comment I'll make in that department is my pride in seeing the introduction of 21-year-old Francis Mwansa to the national team. I think this is the way to go, where we can see young players coming to the fore, being brought to the fore, so that they are able to gain that experience at the senior national team level, and are able to train with those whom they are looking forward to carry on the torch from. This is quite an impressive development, and I think seeing this squad list actually made me smile, and because of this one particular aspect. Well, I see Francis Mwansa as one goalkeeper who is very agile, very much upcoming. I think very much promising as well. And hopefully, some of these exposures that he's able to bag for himself should help him secure exactly that much boosting confidence that he needs, so that we see this progression happening in the future. We can also talk about the Red Arrows shortstopper, that is Charles Kalumba. Of course, 27 years of age, and well, I think we are very happy to see him um, uh, play actually in the national team for these upcoming qualifiers. I'm not saying that he's going to start, but I think it's good that he is right there. I think we saw him probably play in the previous international friendlies, and where Zambia beat Uganda 3-0. I think he was the starting goalkeeper there. But I think for this particular game, I'm seeing Lawrence Mulenga reclaiming his goalkeeping department role in the team. Let me cross over to the defenders. I think one omission that is surprising is obviously Frankie Sonda missing from the team. I'm not sure exactly what the reasons are, but I think
Injury.
oh, I didn't know that he had an injury, but I think he's missing in the team. Is quite worrying, because I've seen them forming quite a good partnership with Mr. Stopila Sunzu in that department, and they have done quite well together. And his absence is going to be felt actually in the team. But good to see other players giving Zefani Apiri. We have Kilian Kanguluma also coming in as the new faces, I think, in the squad, if I'm not mistaken. But we are still confident in this team. Well, the midfield department, Reuben, I think it's one of it's the engine room, and obviously carries the most. And we have seen how our coach has tried so much to have Lubambo Msonda, probably Rally Walia also in it, Kings Kangwa coming to the fore. We have seen how he has tried to play around with those three, but and then also Edward Chilufia, I should say. But we also have Triple C, who has always started on the bench, and we hope to see more of him. I think there is so much that he has to offer to the team in particular. Reuben, I think there is not much absent, no much faces that you can say are missing from this midfield, and I think practically everybody that you think of that should be in the team is actually in the team, and the same applies to the strikers. Though the only worry that I have is the fact that Patson Daka has not played so much football. If you look at Leicester City games, he has been so much on the bench, and it's obviously good to note that Patson Daka is the starter striker for Zambia, and I'm now beginning to worry, being the fact that he has not played so much for Leicester City at club level, Reuben.
Right. Let's move on to the league now. That we know that 11 games have been played, and though the table is not updated on the Mufulia Wanderers and Green Eagles, just so that they drew in that match, so no one has got a game in hand. And as it stands, even if Cabo Warriors lost during the week and MUZA, they still are topping the table with Red Arrows in third. And Nkana, despite them winning 2 games, they're still stuck in the relegation zone. And they're going to this week playing Power Dynamos, a big derby, and being hosted in Lusaka, the capital city, for the first time at Woodland Stadium. Abia, you are a Nkana fan. You're still stuck in the relegation zone, and you're playing a big game over the weekend in Power Dynamos.
Yeah, stuck in the relegation zone. 1 or 2 games winning cannot take us out from the relegation zone. As you can see, above relegation, we need to have more than 12 points. But right now, we have 9 points. Together, 1 point above, 1 point against Concola Blades. But Reuben, it's a good thing that Nkana are winning. The problem is that today we win, tomorrow we lose. But we are coming little by little. And I know that maybe someone outside there is doubting that Nkana may be relegated. No, relegation is not our destiny, but Zambian Super League is our destiny. So we belong to the Zambian Super League, Reuben. Coming to the to the derby, Reuben. Power Dynamos is a good team, and if we may look at the position where they are on number 6. But Reuben, this time around, we are not playing games as if we are playing with Trident or either Prison Leopard. We are going to play this game as if we are playing with Chelsea or as if we are playing Arsenal. So this one is a big game, Reuben. We are going to take them as a big one. So I think if a win can be a difficult for Nkana, I think a draw will be a massive point for us. So we are preparing for a win. And I see a good fight from Nkana there because we are playing at home, though outside Usakire, it will be in Lusaka because of disciplinary conditions, but it is our home ground, Reuben. So we can do anything to Power Dynamos. We have been playing with this team. We know their football style, but we will not take them as easy team, but as a team where if we can take them not seriously, they can surprise you, they can beat you, they can thump you with a good number of goals. But this time around, we are up we are up to the task, Ruben. So Power Dynamos should expect an easy game, should expect a strong one, because we can supply them by a defeat. So we are preparing for Power Dynamos. This game, I can predict that Nkana 1 and the Our Yellow 0.
Wow. Anyway, it's your prediction, and we hope Ghana is going to win this game. Lawrence, let me bring you to Power Dynamos. They've played 2 games without Mwenyachi Pepo. They've won 1, drawn 1, and today they've agreed that actually Mwenyachi Pepo resigned on the 29th of October. 10 days. That's when they're now announcing and saying Linus Makwaza, the assistant, is going to take over as interim coach.
Yeah, I think sometimes the way we do changes at the top in the league, sometimes it leaves a lot of questions and all that. If you remember, Reuben, we've discussed quite a number of times where we've had these suspension. I know the coach has been put on leave. The coach has been and all these things.
Administrative leaves.
Exactly. We've been here before, and it leaves so much to be desired when things are done like that. But anyway, the changes have happened, and we just hope for a good game. Now, I think we spoke about this game 2 weeks ago, and we feel we agreed that probably security issues or disciplinary issues would not be a problem. I think we seem to agree on that one, and hopefully that will be the case. But football wise, I think Nkana are still not yet up to speed. It will really be a very tough ask for them, and if they manage to walk away with a draw, Nkana should be very proud of that particular achievement. This is a game that our Power Dynamos have, and it's theirs to lose. We are looking at the log standings first and foremost. It's a 17th versus 60th. Reuben, I think everywhere else, when a team is in 17th and a team in 60th are playing, you always know the outcome. It's always almost predictable. And I think this is exactly the case that we are in. Nkana will have a lot to do, and I hope they will be disciplined right from the back, and that is their defensive shape is what they should focus on, unlike their scoring boots, because I think scoring wise they have really not been up to scratch.
Lawrence, Lawrence, if you are watching English Premier League, you can bear me witness where Ruton is at the table, and where Liverpool is at the table. But they managed to salvage a point against Liverpool. So Nkana right now is in the red zone. They are fighting to go out from the red zone. So don't
Mr.
expect
Abia,
to say. Yes.
I know you're expecting Ghana to produce something, but aren't you worried that the only 2 games that have won in Ghana, they've only beaten teams that are already in the relegation zone. The other game they beat Prison Leopards, and the latest game they had to beat Concola Blades. Both of them teams that are in the bottom. Aren't you worried with that?
Reuben, to be honest with you, the worry is there because maybe I should say why, because Power Dynamos were playing champions continental football. We cannot rule them out to say they are not a good team. It's a good team, and it's a big team. They are playing good football, but as well as what I've said, I'm on the point where Rhodes has said that when you are playing with 17th and the 60th position, the results. The results right now are changed according to his analysis. So right now, a team from the bottom can supply the team from which is at the top of the league table. So I'm saying that Nkana are fighting relegation. So Power Dynamos shouldn't get Nkana to say it's easy as water to pass on the bridge. No, it's going to be a game where no one can predict to say Nkana will lose or Power will lose or this one is a draw, because anything can happen in football, especially when the team is fighting relegation. And I know that Power also are fighting for a top 4 or on the top league to set for them to fight to get that slot for Champions football, to play continental football next season. But they still have a long way to go. But this now we're talking about in Ghana, the derby, which what happens when these teams they face each other. Anything can happen, Reuben.
All right. Your reaction, Lawrence.
I think Abia is right. You are comparing what happened with Liverpool last weekend and all those things, but let's just ask ourselves, how often does that happen? How many times does that happen? It can happen. There is a chance that it happen, but what is the chance that it will happen again? So you find that the probability of that happening is maybe 1 in 100, and that is where we are right now with Nkana. So there is a chance it can happen, yes, but right now the chances of that happening are really very slim. That's my submission.
Right. Let's look elsewhere because tomorrow is going to be a busy day in the Zambian Super League. Starting at 13 hours, the double header at Sunset Stadium. The first game is the military derby. Red Arrows hosting Green Buffaloes, one of Abia's favorite team, Nyanta Boys. I want to get your prediction there, Abia. Then the second game I want to get from Lawrence. Zanaco will be hosting Kansanshi Dynamos in the second match. The first match, it's a military derby. Red Arrows, Green Buffaloes. Mr. Abia.
Yeah, the Nyanta boys, go boys and conquer GBFC. You know, as I said last week, Reuben, that this team had been struggling when they are playing away, and right now they are playing away to a good side team, Red Arrows. For me, I can say if GBFC can fight and fight, then they can come up with a draw. A 1-1 draw, 0-0 draw, 2-2 draw, whatever the scoreline may be. But a draw can be a good result for them because when they are playing away, they don't impress the fans. And especially me, they don't impress me. They always play their style. I don't know whether it's interference, I don't know. But Red Arrows are playing a good football, especially when they're at home. So I can say Red Arrows 1, GBFC 0 on that game.
GBFC to carry the points. Lawrence, for the second game, Zanaco hosting Kansanshi. They seem to be rejuvenated after the win, beating Cow Warriors during the midweek.
Reuben, I'm not sure if you are able to get me clearly, because
yes,
I'm getting. Okay, you were saying I pick on the Zanaco versus Kansanshi Dynamos.
Yes.
Okay. I think on paper these are games that Zanaco should be winning, but looking at their performances this season, it's really too close to call, especially for the fact that Kansanshi Dynamos are coming straight from a wonderful 2-0 win over Kabwe Warriors, and this should give them a boost and interest them and excite them actually to get back into it and try to upset another team in the name of Zanaco. But I think let's also be up to speed and understand that Zanaco have not won any game in their last 3 games as things stand. And then we can also come to the fact that Kansanshi Dynamos have never beaten Zanaco in the last 3 years. So that is one stat that actually works to the advantage of Zanaco. If you look at in the five previous games, head-to-head, Zanaco has won 3 and have drawn 2, and Kansanshi have not won any. But circumstances here are very different, and you cannot really base the head-to-head on this particular encounter. And I expect quite a well-spirited fight from Kansanshi Dynamos, looking at the match that they put up away to Kabwe, that is at home to Kabwe Warriors. And therefore, I think we are looking at a game that has the potentiality of ending up in a draw, Reuben.
All right, you see another draw. Let's look at another team that's winning here. It's Sweden. They have no win in the 11 games. 6 draws, 5 losses. They play. They're hosting Prison Leopards. Another team that needs a lot to win. It's relegation derby here, Lawrence.
Okay, we exactly like you have put it. These are
yes.
Can you hear me, Reuben? Reuben, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Continue.
Okay. This is a game between the This is a game between the 16th and the 18th. And very interesting game it will be, Reuben, because we are looking at one team, that is Prison Leopards, that has picked up one win in the last 5 games, and all the other 4 are defeats. And we can talk of Trident, who have not won any game but have drawn 3 out of their last 5. Therefore, both of them have picked up 3 points from their last 5 games, Reuben. One through a stretch win, the other one's through 3 draws. On paper, you can see that Trident are quite difficult and stubborn to beat. The least, even in as much as they're not winning, most teams end up drawing with them. But Prison Leopards seem like they are quite easy to beat. And again, Reuben, these are games that will make me think like we are looking at a potential draw.
All right, we seem to have lost Lawrence there. Mr. Abia, maybe you can pick it up. Frederick will be hosting Prison Leopards there in the relegation derby.
Yeah, this team, both in the relegation zone. But the only difference here I see for Prison Leopard, they have won 2 games and 3 draws. Yes, I'm getting you. I don't know if you can hear me.
All right. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So I'm saying that Trident and Prison Leopard, out of 11 games they've played, Trident haven't won any game. Only draws, 6 draws and 6 points. And as for Prison Leopard, out of 11 games, they have won 2, 3 draws and 9 points. So you can see there. But I'll concur with Lawrence because Trident, when they're playing at home, they put up much effort and performance to avoid a loss. But I think this time around they will manage to pick up a draw against the Prison Leopards because I'm not so sure if Prison Leopards have employed a coach right now. They have a coach on their dressing room. I don't know.
Yes, they have. But I've forgotten the name, but they have now.
All right. Anyway, it's good if they have a coach right now, but I see a draw also in this game because Trident is playing at home, but it's not an easy team to beat at their own backyard. So a draw can be a fair result for both teams.
The only team that I know it sounds funny. Prison Leopards actually had signed Mr. Kaunda, Mr. Takatiko Kaunda as a new coach. Within 5 days, 7 days, he resigned, and now we hear the former coach for MUZA, Mr. Lameck Banda, is about to sign for Prison Leopards. Will be the new coach, Abia.
Surprisingly, indeed. How can you have a coach within a week? Then the coach has resigned.
That's the Zambian Super League.
Anyway, it is happening in the Zambian Super League indeed. For Coach Banda, I think he's a good coach because Coach Banda signed for Lumana Radiance. I don't know whether he signed for Lumana Radiance, then he also resigned from there.
Yeah, he just resigned.
So much drama, Reuben.
He can join Prison Leopards. So we expect him to sign. Whether I'm sure tomorrow, by Monday, we should have an official announcement, or maybe it should be tomorrow in the morning. We should have an official announcement. But it's interesting because it wasn't with the team this whole week, and the game is on Sunday. So interesting. We'll see when the club will announce, but I'm sure we'll have that news that Lameck Banda has signed for Prison Leopards.
Anyway, all in all, Reuben, Coach Banda is a good coach. So if he can make Prison Leopard the way he did at FC MUZA, it can be very awesome job because this man, only license, coaching license he has, didn't qualify him to play, to take FC MUZA, to have FC MUZA in the continental football. But he's a very good coach. But I just wonder because the team that he is going to coach is deeply in the relegation zone, and a lot of work is there awaiting for him to sort them out. So it's not easy to be a coach for Prison Leopard right now because you need to put that house in order for that team to start getting results and to move away out from relegation zone. So I can only wish him a good future at Prison Leopard. Otherwise, I don't want to hear these usual words or usual language that we have been getting Reuben to say no, he has been sent on administrative leave. This is the usual language, Reuben, that we have been getting the Zambia Super League.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Abia. Let's end it here. Let's enjoy the week 12 of the Zambian Super League that will be played tomorrow, and ending with a derby on Sunday when Nkana hosts Powered Dynamos Abia Busaka at Woodland Stadium. The game starting at 15 hours. And you know, when the derby is being played, you just have to go early if you want to watch the game in the stadium, because the game, the stadium is always full to capacity, and I'm sure Lusaka will be ablaze supporting the team. And then next week, on the same day, on Friday next week, we'll be talking about the Chipolopolo. By then, they would have played Congo Brazzaville at Levi Manasa Stadium. We wish them all the best, but we'll be here on Friday next week. So join us, and for now, it's goodbye. Bye-bye.